Alright guys, so with couple days left inside of the arena, I wanted to share a comp that you guys might be able to use to climb right now. And you guys can strictly use just this one comp to verse majority of the arena comps that are inside of the arena. And that is going to be no other than the T-Knight as well as Hollowberry with a, you can tell, triple healer slash support. So this team has been pretty darn popular, and it goes back and forth between Snapdragon as well as Herb as well. But this team is strictly focusing on keeping T-Knight alive and then allowing T-Knight to literally destroy the enemies around the 1 minute slash 30-second mark when everybody in the team dies off and takes the insignia buff. So let's quickly go over the topping real quick. T-Knight, of course, is going to be using 5 of the solid almond. Your goal for T-Knight is to stay alive and try to do all the damage at the very end. So damage resist focus. If you guys can get attack, crit, as well as attack speed and some cooldown, it definitely does help out. But the main important one is going to be the damage resist so that he survives. And I do recommend, if possible, to make his magic candy plus 10. Alright, it's not required because it is going to still allow him to gain the stack even if it's not plus 10, but definitely plus 10, plus 20, and plus 30 is going to do a lot more damage. Alright, next one is going to be Hollowberry, 5 of the Swift Chocolate here, focusing on damage resist as well as cooldown. In my opinion, you don't need to have the damage resist and cooldown super high. You guys can get it at minimum. I would say damage resist around 20%, cooldown around 16 to 70%, and I'll think it'll be perfectly fine as well because you want Hollowberry to die off as well. Alright, the team that I have set up is a little bit different because you can tell that all of my cookies are mostly 5-star Ascension, so the stats are kind of high, and sometimes my T-Knight dies off before some of the other ones, so I do want to kind of lower the damage resist, which is what I did for Rockstar here. 10% damage resist, of course you want that 5% crit, and then focusing on the cooldown as well as some attack speed and here and there. But yeah, you can see that the damage resist is lower. Make sure if your promotion is a little lower and or your ascension is lower, then kind of increase it around 15 to 20% as well, and I think it'll be perfectly fine as well. And then next one is going to be Parfait. Parfait does have magic candy at plus 14 right now, and I do recommend, if possible, to keep it around plus 10. You guys can definitely use it without plus 10 either, but the burst heal does help T-Knight survive a little bit longer. But you can tell my damage resist again is a little lower because I want Parfait to die off, and sometimes with the triple heal, your healers do survive to the very end. Alright, I do have some attack in order to just, if I do in case like use a whistle, Parfait needs to take the whistle buff instead of the Hollowberry, because if I let Hollowberry take it, Hollowberry literally survives to the very end. So I have attack, damage resist, as well as some cooldown here. And then last one is going to be Snapdragon, of course focusing on the attack, crit, and the cooldown. Cooldown at least 23.7% is recommended. You guys can tell the treasure is going to be Insignia, of course, and then we have the scroll as well as the Jelly Watch. If you guys do, in case, want to use the whistle because, for say, your T-Knight is dying a little bit faster, then make sure that it is on T-Knight and someone like Parfait or maybe even Rockstar. Alright, I do recommend Parfait because Rockstar does have the Encore and sometimes he does survive instead of T-Knight. So here we go, guys. Let me show you guys this team in action and some of the comps that you guys should avoid if possible. Alright guys, first of all, I would say majority of the 2-1-2 comps you guys can verse. If you guys think that this one is going to be a sherbet, which I don't personally think so because of how high it is, then you guys can definitely switch out the Snapdragon for someone like Herb instead. But here we go, guys. Let's go and verse this comp. Alright guys, so here we go. It is going to be a Stardust instead of that sherbet. Sherbet can be quite sometimes a problem because of the frost stacks. Of course, we do have Parfait to put the power Parfait buff and the debuff immunity, but it doesn't last forever, right? So sometimes, it can do some damage here. So here we go. The battle is gonna take some time because you need your cookies to die off, but triple healer literally keeps our cookies alive majority of the time until that 30-second mark. Alright, the first one usually that dies is going to be Rockstar, and then it's going to be Parfait, and then it's going to be Hollowberry. Alright, of course it's going to depend on the enemies that you guys are versing, but here we go. We're getting close to that 30-second mark, and then once that Pattaya pretty much uses that enraged fire breath right there. Alright, all of our cookies are dead. Now it's T-Knight's time to shine. dunking on the enemies right there. We have the insignia, no problem. Dunk on Pattaya, and then we just slash away at the enemies, and boom, there you guys go. So definitely you guys can use this comp without having these crazy ascension. I know a Holleberry ranker, I did review their account today. Mimis is also using this comp and definitely doesn't have like insane amount of ascension on everybody like mine. So you guys can see right over here, it is going to be 11 million damage coming out from T-Knight, and then we have over almost like 52 million healing coming out from my triple healers right here. Alright guys, so this one's going to be a 2-2-1 comp, a standard comp it seems like with the rare scroll. So here we go. Alright guys, so this is another great comp to go up against majority of the 2-2-1 standard comp that you guys have been asking about. Hey, HyRool, what can I use? Because nowadays, there's the rare scroll, there's the parfait, so the one-shot comp is kind of harder to use, all right? But this comp right here, because of the amount of sustain we have and the clutch mechanism that T-Knight pretty much has with the insignia and the Wrath of the Commander buff, all right, this comp is going to be really, really good against the double tank, double DPS standard comp. Because Stardust and Moonlight are going to be able to do AoE damage. That means that, they're going to target the back lane as well, which is what we want. And we want our back lane to die. Give T-Knight the stack when that time comes. And here we go. Seems like, all right, we did not have, T-Knight be the last one surviving. I mean, eventually we did, but, sometimes Holleberry is alive, and the Holleberry can do a lot of damage at that 30-second mark as well. But there you guys go. Against the double tank, double DPS again, we have 6 million coming out from our T-Knight, 1 million coming out from our Holleberry, 20 million, 16 million, and 11 million coming from our healers respectively right there. All right, so there you guys go. All right guys, so these are the type of comps that I would highly recommend if possible to stay away from, and that is going to be another T-Knight comp. And the reason why I say this is because a T-Knight comp versus a T-Knight comp usually ends up in a draw, and that is a waste of your time and your ticket, and you don't really get anything either. So I do recommend if possible to stay away from it, and it's because you're going to see in this example that it takes so long for them to kill each other because we have the triple healer, they have double healer. So here we go, let me show you guys what I mean. All right guys, so here we go. You see that Parfait and Rockstar are in the enemy team. They have a Sherbet. We have Snapdragon for the debuff resist. We have Parfait for extra debuff resist. We have debuff immunity as well. We have Rockstar for heal. So pretty much the T-Knights on both sides, who are supposed to be the big hitter, all right, or the burst damage dealer later on, are just not able to do anything because nobody dies, all right? So you're just literally sitting there watching, Sherbet try to kill off the enemy or kill off our team, but it doesn't work because we have Parfait, we have Snapdragon, we have Rockstar healing, blah blah blah, Holleberry tanking, and yeah, you just never see a battle go on, all right, or anything change within the battle. It literally ends up as almost like 100 versus 100, and that's pretty much it. Like. That's all you see. And even if your T-Knight is able to kill off the enemy T-Knight, the enemy T-Knight just comes back from the feather, and then yeah, you just don't do anything. It literally ends up being a draw. Waste of a good minute of you watching T-Knights try to kill each other and not being successful. All right, so yeah, try not to use this comp against another T-Knight. So there you guys go. 9 million coming out from our T-Knight, 7 million coming out from a Holleberry, 8 million from their T-Knight, as well as 4 million from their Holleberry, and 8 million from their Sherbet. And you guys can tell right here, this one is even worse, man. Look, 30 million, 27 million, and 15 million. Yeah, just try to stay away from it. And then the one last comp that I would say, if you can, all right, to stay away from is going to be a Black Lemonade comp. Black Lemonade comp is actually pretty darn strong against this particular comp. And I would say if you're going to go up against something like this, then probably switching out the scroll for the whistle to give T-Knight a little bit of extra damage resist might be a bit helpful. But here we go, guys. Let's see if this is going to be the Black Lemonade Shining Glitter comp. Alright guys, so it is going to be a Stardust Shining Glitter. Alright, so Black Lemonade, the reason why I say that is because Black Lemonade is a tank destroyer, which means that your Hollow is going to die off really quickly, and then your T-Knight is going to be the next one to follow. Even if you do have someone like Parfait, as well as someone like, you know, Rockstar and Snapdragon to kind of heal and shield and do all the extra stuff, you know, the damage that comes out from Shining Glitter plus Black Lemonade is definitely strong, and your T-Knight usually doesn't survive until the last second to take the insignia and, you know, kind of slash at the enemies. All right, this time around, we might actually be able to do it because they do have Stardust and Shining Glitter. We do have the Whistle buff on our Parfait as well as T-Knight, which means that most likely T-Knight will be the last one to, you know, be alive here. This is going to come down to the Stardust here and then the Shining Glitter's damage here. All right. So this time around, we were able to see that Hollowberry did survive. Okay, Hollowberry is now dead. Our insignia is about to pop. It did pop right there. Now comes our last couple hitting, and boom. Yeah, so this time around, we got kind of lucky because, again, they did have Stardust, the Shining Glitter, to do the damage for us, and then our T-Knight was able to survive. But if it was Black Lemonade, there's a high chance of your T-Knight dying along with your Hollowberry. So if you do, you know, want to go up against it and you just still want to take the risk, then taking the Whistle buff and then applying that to someone like T-Knight as well as someone like Parfait. Or if you do want to apply to Hollowberry, it might actually be the better option than the scroll. Alright guys, and also a good thing about this comp, if you guys do build it, is that you can use this as a defense comp as well. So if you guys are planning to use it as a defense comp, then the two cookies that I do recommend to hide is going to be Snapdragon as well as T-Knight. And the reason why I say this is because it does confuse the enemies that it may be a Pattaya here instead of the T-Knight. Of course, there is that positioning, but, you know, some players don't understand that and they might fall for it. And then also the fact that it might actually be someone like Herb instead of the Snapdragon. All right, so this is a great offense and a defense comp where T-Knight literally just carries. Again, stay away from other T-Knights because you just will end up in the draw most likely. But against majority of other comps, it does work out really, really well. So try it out for yourselves. And yeah, good luck with the arena climb. I will be making a complete video of every single comp that I use so that you guys can take advantage of it and use it for your last minute arena climb. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys all on the next one.